It is exactly 8 p.m. on our studio clock, and these news are on your TV, STV. Making news tonight, October 25, 2023, in prelude to the opening of the stretch of road Bibodi along the Yaoundé-Douala Highway, the Minister of Public Works has carried out an awareness campaign amongst the local population with regard for the strict compliance to the highway code, as well as responsible driving in order to reduce road accidents. Plus, IPAVI cautions chicken and egg sellers to follow the regulatory prices. As the end-of-year festive season draws closer, the Association of Chicken and Egg President has called on sellers of white meat and eggs to sell based on the prices stipulated by the organ. The story is in full and much more will be yours right ahead. It's always a pleasure being in your company on this edition of the 8 p.m. Bilingue Primetime Newscast on your TV. And we'll kickstart right away, and it's in the French language with Oriane Donquet. Bonsoir, Oriane.
Bonsoir, Christelle Assec. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir et bienvenue au journal Économie. Parlons de l'ouverture ce 25 octobre 2023 de la 4e édition du Forum international des investisseurs. Il est question d'accompagner le gouvernement camerounais dans le renforcement de la coopération entre les porteurs de projets et les investisseurs. Léla Renganz.
Le thème de la conférence inaugurale:
l'import-substitution au Cameroun, enjeux, opportunités et mécanismes de financement. Tel est le thème de la conférence inaugurale du 4e Forum international des investisseurs, ouvert ce 25 octobre à Douala. Christophe Eken est le président de la Chambre de commerce, de l'industrie, des mines et de l'artisanat du Cameroun.
Alors le premier thème que nous avons choisi, c'est l'import-substitution. Vous savez, c'est de mise aujourd'hui à travers le monde, surtout après toutes les crises que nous avons vécues. Et on s'est rendu compte qu'il faut, d'une manière généralement, compter sur soi-même, compter sur l'économie de son pays. Parce que la première chose dans l'import-substitution, c'est l'agriculture, c'est la transformation de nos produits de cru. L'import-substitution, comme je vous l'ai dit, c'est de mise. Aujourd'hui, on ne peut pas s'en passer. Il faut arriver à transformer nos matières premières de cru. Et nous tenons ici à remercier tous les ministères qui nous accompagnent en cela, le MINEPAD, le ministère des Finances, notre ministère de tutelle, représenté ici par le ministre.
Accompagner le gouvernement dans le renforcement et le développement des échanges avec les investisseurs, offrir une plateforme de rencontre B2B entre les porteurs de projets d'investissement privé et les structures de financement. Voilà ainsi décliner quelques objectifs de ce forum.
Je tiens à remercier son Excellence, Monsieur le haut commissaire de la Grande-Bretagne au Cameroun, qui est venu ici avec un certain nombre d'investisseurs sur cette plateforme où nous essayons de mettre en relation les investisseurs camerounais, le know-how anglais, et le secteur national et international financier. C'est ce que nous recherchons. Parce que vous savez, il y a pas mal de projets que nous avons dans notre pays, surtout des petites et moyennes entreprises, et qui ne trouvent pas le financement. Donc à travers les F2I, nous mettons en place cette plateforme où il y a d'un côté les demandes, de l'autre côté le savoir-faire et en troisième position le financement. Donc nous essayons de gérer cela et depuis la première édition, je pense que nous sommes arrivés à des sommes astronomiques. Et nous, au niveau de la Chambre de commerce, d'industrie, des mines et de l'artisanat du Cameroun, c'est notre métier fondamental de pouvoir aider les entreprises camerounaises à trouver ce type de financement et de les suivre et les accompagner.
Et dans l'optique de donner une meilleure visibilité aux produits locaux, une mini-foire exposition des produits et services Made in Cameroun est ouverte à la CECIMA dans le cadre de ce 4e forum.
As the end-of-year festive season draws closer, the Association of Chicken and Egg Seller President has called on the sellers of white meat and eggs to be cautious on their sales of these products and let them respect of the prices stipulated by the organ. Josephine Binzi.
The president of the Cameroon Poultry Interprofessional Association, IPAVIC, has announced that there shall be a harmonization of the price of chickens and eggs on the national market. In a correspondence addressed to breeders of broiler and laying of hens, the president of IPAVIC announced that the price of 2,300 CFA francs will now be applied to chickens weighing between 1.8 and 2 kilograms releasing breeding farm. And the price of sale of 30 eggs must now vary between 1,900 francs to 2,100 CFA francs depending on the size of the product. The prices, however, prescribed in the president's correspondence are those that are recommended on farms, but they are not prices intended for the general public because between the farm to market final consumer, there is an activity that is not controlled. It is therefore difficult to know whether the price will have an impact on the cost of selling white meat on the market. According to testimonials from the housewives, a price of 2 kilogram chicken reaches 4,000 to 4,000 CFA francs in Douala markets compared to 3,000 before August 2023. At the same time, poultry of 1.5 kilogram, which costs 2,500 francs, is now sold at 3,500 francs or even more. The situation is even more critical in Yaoundé, where you have to pay more than 4,000 to 4,500 francs to purchase a 1.5 kg chicken compared to 5,600 CFA for poultry weighing 2 to 2.5 kilograms. For the permanent secretary of IPAVIC, this prudence of setting prices with producers on farms allows the state, in the interest of controlling prices, to appreciate the destination of market and consumers' margins and knowing how to repress excessive speculation, which is a phenomenon which generally intensifies at the end of the year. This means that the general public who knows that 2 kg of chicken is sold on the farm at 2,300 CFA can reasonably find it at the market for around 2,500 CFA francs. This decision from IPAVIC follows a correspondence dating October 19 from Mincommerce, practically summoning poultry farmers to take necessary measures which must materialize by a significant drop in the prices of chicken and eggs.
La route Yaoundé-Bibodi sur l'autoroute Yaoundé-Douala sera ouverte dans quelques mois. En prélude à cette ouverture, le ministre des Travaux publics a effectué une campagne de sensibilisation des populations locales pour un respect strict du code de la route, une conduite responsable et la réduction des accidents de la circulation. Olivier Bouzike nous fait le point.
Long de 60 km, la section Yaoundé-Bibodi sera raccordée au réseau routier existant à partir de Yaoundé et Boumniébel sur un linéaire de 33 km. Selon les experts, elle sera bientôt ouverte à la circulation.
Donc c'est un poste où les travaux sont bien avancés. On est au stade de finition, quelques petites finitions et l'aménagement de l'aire principale, les routes d'accès et ainsi que les clôtures.
L'enjeu majeur de ce tronçon est d'atténuer les risques d'accident par la qualité et le confort de l'infrastructure.
Il y en a qui ne respectent pas la vitesse alors que les panneaux de limitation de vitesse sont un peu partout. Et il y en a qui font les dépassements, là où n'ont pas le droit de les faire. Quand il y a les lignes continues, ça veut dire que tu n'as pas le droit de traverser. S'il y en a qui respectent la signalisation et tout ce qu'il y a sur la route, il y aura moins d'accidents.
Sauf qu'une route en bon état entraîne très souvent un relâchement des comportements civiques des usagers. Le ministre des Travaux publics effectue cette campagne sur le terrain pour sensibiliser les populations.
Il y a une campagne d'information et de prévention qui est menée par les équipes de la gendarmerie depuis quelque temps, mais cela ne suffit pas. Il faut impliquer tous les usagers de l'autoroute. Il a donc fallu, dans le cadre de cette campagne, rassurer aussi, deuxièmement, les magistrats municipaux qui portent les attentes des populations libérales par rapport aux mesures d'accompagnement qui sont arrêtées. Certains sont déjà exécutés, d'autres suivront, comme par exemple l'aménagement de ces voies alternatives.
Cette campagne intervient en prélude à l'ouverture officielle de cette section autoroutière achevée entre Yaoundé et Douala.
In Yaoundé, some indigenous women are on a 3-day capacity building workshop, which is to enable them be key actors in the decision-making process. a workshop that was organized by the Central African Women Indigenous Forum. Josephine Binzi reports.
The hopes of over 100 families has crumbled before their very eyes. We are in Gonabo, in the Douala 5 municipality, where houses have been demolished by the Douala Urban Council for illegal construction for some and construction without permit for others. I've been here for 40 years and I've never clashed with anyone. On the 9th of February 2018, I left my home and upon arrival, I saw my houses in ruins. I am going to court with a man I don't know. I came asking questions. I told them to explain to me in clear terms why I wasn't pre-noticed but unjustly demolished. Victims of this demolition exercise suspect a certain individual whose identity is yet to be confirmed to be the principal perpetrator of the exercise. I've never been summoned in court for 35 years living here or never been notified. This demolition exercise, however, paralyzed circulation in the Douala 5 municipality as it took many unaware. And while many encountered today decried the demolition exercise, it is still unclear to hundreds of thousands of persons wandering the streets now on the intention of this act.
République démocratique du Congo encombre entre groupes armés, coûte la vie à un soldat kenyan. Mali, l'armée accuse la MINUSMA de compromettre la sécurité par son retrait brusque dans une localité au nord du pays. Au Soudan, c'est la reprise des négociations entre paramilitaires et l'armée. Au Maroc, les corps de 3 migrants repêchés par la marine marocaine et les victimes sont d'origine sénégalaise. Suivons l'actualité dans le continent, dans le Round-up Afrique avec la Voix de l'Amérique.
The United States has cited Uganda's new anti-LGBTQ law as it warned businesses of potential risks in the country. An advisory was issued by the US Departments of State, Labor, Health and Human Services and Commerce, as well as the US Agency for International Development. It said Uganda's Anti-Homosexuality Act further increases restrictions on human rights, as well as exacerbating issues regarding the respect for leases and employment contracts.
And the title settled.
Uganda's anti-LGBTQ law, enacted in May, is considered one of the harshest in the world. Punishments include life imprisonment and...
En RDC, un soldat kenyan de la force régionale Est africaine déployée dans l'Est a été tué mardi lors de combats entre groupes armés pro-gouvernementaux et rebelles du M23, a indiqué une source au sein de la force régionale. Selon des sources sur le terrain, le front était calme mercredi matin. L'armée malienne a accusé mardi la mission de l'ONU de compromettre la sécurité dans une localité au nord en se retirant de son camp de manière précipitée selon elle et laissant le champ libre aux terroristes. La MINUSMA dit être forcée d'accélérer son retrait par l'escalade militaire qui menace ses personnels. Les négociations entre l'armée et les paramilitaires en guerre depuis plus de 6 mois au Soudan vont reprendre sous médiation américano-saoudienne à Jeddah, en Arabie Saoudite. C'est ce qu'a annoncé mercredi l'armée dirigée par le général Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. La marine marocaine a repêché 3 corps de migrants et porté secours à 189 autres, tous sénégalais, alors qu'ils étaient à bord de 2 embarcations en difficulté au large de Dakhla, au Sahara occidental. Les 2 embarcations qui ont pris respectivement la mer le 2 et le 17 octobre 2023 à partir des côtes sénégalaises comptaient se rendre aux îles Canaries selon une source militaire.
And we now talk sports in this newscast. Before we take on our sports page, let's hear from our international partners, the Voice of America.
The United States has cited Uganda's new anti-LGBTQ law as it warned businesses of potential risks in the country. An advisory was issued by the US Departments of State, Labor, Health and Human Services and Commerce, as well as the US Agency for International Development. It said Uganda's Anti-Homosexuality Act further increases restrictions on human rights, as well as exacerbating issues regarding the respect for leases and employment contracts.
And the title settled.
Uganda's anti-LGBTQ law, enacted in May, is considered one of the harshest in the world. Punishments include life imprisonment and the death penalty. Firms and non-governmental organizations that knowingly promote LGBTQ activity can be hit with harsh fines. The law was condemned by Western governments and put at risk billions of dollars in foreign aid. The World Bank has said it will aim to ensure gay and transgender Ugandans are not discriminated against in its programs, before resuming new funding, which had halted in August. In June, the US State Department imposed visa restrictions on Ugandan officials over the legislation. The State Department has also updated its Uganda travel guidance for US citizens to highlight the risks. Rights groups say Uganda's law has unleashed a torrent of abuses against LGBTQ people.
We now talk sports in this newscast. Jules Amanko's lead goal has helped the Brazilians of Bipanda walk away with 1 point against Gazelle FA of Garua. This is an advanced match day 6 fixture played today at the Bipanda Annex Stadium. Onila Donet, tell us more.
A 10-man Gazelle de Garua has forced Les Astres de Douala to a 1-1 tie in an advanced match day 6 fixture. Played at the Reunification Annex Stadium on October 25, Marius Kada will put the visitors in front minutes into the second half, with Jules Amanko snatching 1 point for the Brazilians at extra time. Alum Kada's team were the better side, despite losing Dori Sulemanu after 2 yellow cards. Calm and precise in their passes, with a touch of luck absent in their finishes. A foul on Yuguda Kada, inches out of the box, will see the referee rule in favor of a free kick. The captain's strike will crash against the post, with brother Marius Kada present to send it in. It wasn't easy in view of the distance we covered, traveling from Garua to Bafisam, then to Douala. It has not been easy. Besides, we exhausted ourselves against Aigre de la Ménoire. We had to go beyond to get that goal. I can only be happy for my teammates because we gave the best of us. Looking at the physiognomy of the game and the red card we took in the second half, we are contented with the draw. By the way, we should have done better. We should have taken the 3 points. We thank God. We leave with 1 point in the bag. The pressure of accumulating a second home defeat will push the Brazilians to search for an equalizer. One that will come from the leading goal scorer himself, Amanko. This is his 6th goal in 6 games. At a personal level, I am satisfied. I hope we will get better results. We were afraid. We conceded a goal at 15 minutes to the end. Fortunately, we reacted positively and equalized. We will continue to work very hard. We have about 20 days before our next game. We hope to work and ameliorate our skills. I am not pressured being the highest goal scorer.
I think my players, they are lacking a lot of concentration because they are able to create space and they manipulate, but now the last thing to do is to score, and which is very, very important. In the game, if you don't score, you play very well. The other team that scores, it carries the day. So we really create the chances, but we don't score.
Les Astres have the worst defense in the championship so far. The team has conceded 10 goals in 6 outings.
The way around is one of the best attacks, and in the football game, it's for you to have advantage over your opponent. So we have to continue to work. Last time we conceded 2 goals. This time around, it's just 1 goal. So we continue to work with some of those defensive principles to ameliorate on our defensive game.
Other match day 6 fixture, comes up on November 5, 2023.
And the report from Oniladonet puts an end to this edition of the Bilingue newscast on your TV, STV. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow with fresh news on your TV. Good night. Good night, Oriane.
Bonne soirée, Christelle Assec. Mesdames et messieurs, bonne soirée. Merci à vous d'avoir été des nôtres et bonne suite des programmes sur Spectrum Télévisé.